On tonight's episode of I Really Have No Clue What I'm Doing, I'm going to try to take these bamboo and turn it into a sculpture, like one of those like wedding cake sculptures. Now, I did a video the other night showing you this with the crystals in it, and I did not like it. Of course, I'm never satisfied. So what I'm going to attempt to do is try to make a spiral and like a two-tier spiral. And so I'm coming up with some cockamamie, I don't know, invention. So I got a spice bottle and it's empty, and the middle part's going to be the vase for the second tier, and then this is going to be a cylinder to actually wrap each bamboo around to give it a round look. Let's see if it works. I got a rubber band going. Okay, so I'm like waiting to like totally screw this up, but we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to take our bamboo, and of course the roots always get tangled together, so you just want to be careful not to rip the roots, because the roots are the reason they're living. And let's go. Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to put the leaves going outward. And I'm going to attempt to get this underneath the rubber band without ripping the roots off. And have this completely go around the cylinder. I'm going to make this go a little lower than the cylinder because you don't want to see the center part of the cylinder. All right, so we started with one. I'm going to continue with the rest, and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm trying to give it a little bit of like a slant, a slanty look where, like, you know what I mean? It's not up and down straight, but has a little bit of like, you know what I mean? A sideways twirl. And then what I'm going to do is fill the center with stones and give it enough room to put other ones in the center, and then have them peak up higher. So the stones will be like the riser, and then this will be like a vase that you could fill with water. Let's see how that works, because I pretty much don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, so actually it worked out. So I got the pebbles in the center. There's enough room for water. This will be like a vase. I have to cut and trim the twist ties. Unfortunately, I don't have those like really fancy twist ties that you see these little bamboo plants with. Like they have little pretty like shiny gold ones or red ones. I just have plain old green. The rubber band eventually is going to actually rot, so that's why you have to have a twist tie. So I'm going to trim that, and then we're going to actually try to place it in the vase with the crystals, and let's get going. And so now we have like a little two-tier type of thing going on here. Okay, so now that it's in the vase, we know that there's enough water, and I'm going to pour some more crystals into this gap area and try to get something pretty going on. All right, so it's done, and here's the spotlight. Of course, I have to get a spotlight on it. There you go. And, it's not the best. It's not, the most professional looking. It's my first attempt at, like, making, like, a design. I wanted to give it, like, a twisty design, where it's, like, sort of slanty and not straight up and down. You know what I mean? Like give it like a little bit of a swirl. And I did a second tier, as you can see there. I screwed up with the one on the right. What happened was my spice container, I did not cut it out. I cut it out. And then I realized, wait a minute, how am I going to make the second tier if there's no water? The water is just going to leak out right into the pot, and it's going to dry up and die. So I had to shove them down inside the tube as much as I could so the roots could hit the water. So that attempt number one was not fruitful, but attempt number two was fruitful. And there we go. So I did not cut out the bottom of the little container in there. As you can see, I put pebbles in there and water is in there. It's like a vase almost. And so now the roots can get water and they can grow. And the only problem that I'm going to have is probably about every 2 weeks or so, you're supposed to dump out this water and put fresh water. How am I going to do that? That's a little difficult with all these stones and crystals and rocks in here. Pretty much, yeah, you're pretty much screwed. So the only thing I can think of is I'm going to get a siphon. Actually, I do have a siphon. It's like a fish tank siphon. And it has a pump on one end, and then you squirt it into a bucket that's actually beneath you, and gravity takes the water out. And then I could place fresh water in there. We don't want this plant to die. There's no way we want this plant to die. Look at all the crystals, by the way. This is actually really, really pretty. I have obsidian and citrine on the bottom. We have some quartz. We have some amethyst. We have more citrine in here. That's really, really pretty, right? And we have more citrine. Yeah, and then I did it going around this one. I don't know if you could see that. We have some quartz. We have a pink. Actually, that's a pink, well, they call that like pink topaz, but it's really pink quartz. Another citrine. There we go. And another citrine. And then another citrine going around it. There we go. There's the citrine. And there we go. So that's my attempt. If you want to try this at home, I'm gonna warn you, it's actually a lot harder than it seems. It really looked easy. Oh, you just wrap a rubber band around it. You just put a twisty tie and it's going to be like professional looking. No, it never looks professional looking unless you're really, really skilled at this. This is actually a skill and I don't have it. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all soon. And we'll do some other bamboo and plant arrangements coming up soon on another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing at 2:39 a.m. Yes, I don't sleep. This channel never sleeps. So long, and I'll see you guys all soon.